So I've talked a lot over the past few weeks about MVP being minimal viable product. So what we mean by that is path of least resistance to getting something done. And today I introduced this concept to our recruitment process. So if you struggle with recruiting good talent, keep on listening and watching, as this might be a good one for you. Welcome back to consecutive day 1405 of the diary of a Runpreneur. If you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra-marathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, the distance of a lap of the world, do give this a subscribe, share, like, or comment. Any engagement reaches more people, raises more money, and saves more lives, which is every reason why I do this. Thank you for your support as always, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 1405 of the diary of a Runpreneur. Apologies for the distortion today, but it's incredibly windy. I'm running into a bit of a headwind, which is painful. But anyway, today's topic is minimum viable product, or the path of least resistance, and how you can apply that to your recruitment process in business. So the reason for the topic is I've identified over the last few weeks the need for a couple of key positions within my group of companies. And although we've got a very systemised and structured recruitment process, which has been really, really good at recruiting high-level talent, it takes time, and often it can also be a little bit of a numbers game. So when you need something done and you identify that you need to recruit extra resource, in many instances you can be looking at a best case scenario of it being weeks before we recruit an individual, or worst case, months, depending on the quality of applicant, their assessment scores, how they interview, how they perform on test tasks, etc. So what I've done today, is because we need some resource pretty quick, is I've introduced a minimum viable product version of our recruitment process. So we're not going to not compile or not complete the recruitment process, but we're going to recruit people on a project basis. So we give them a scope of work, agree a predetermined price, bring them on board to do that work. And how do we assess these individuals? We assess them by their resumes or CVs and their assessment of skills. We recruit a lot of our staff remotely, so there's a lot of remote services out there which allow you to kind of tap into people's skill sets, and they've been verified and tested prior to being available to recruit. And when you find these resources, one of them that we use is a company called onlinejobs.ph. It has a huge pool of remote workers from the Philippines. It's an Americanized education system, so there's a lot of highly qualified and capable individuals, and due to the cost of living variances between the Western world and the Eastern world, they can be incredibly good value. Sometimes, it can be 4 times as affordable to recruit someone overseas from somewhere like the Philippines as opposed to somewhere in the UK, for example. And it's actually paying them a higher rate than the average wages in their country. So it works both ways. And so what we've done now is we've identified some very specialist-based roles, and we've directly approached people who we believe have the resumes and skill set to do the job. And we're not going to recruit them in terms of a permanent position. We'll give them what we call a project-based process. So we recruit them to complete a project. Now we'll scope out the project. It's normally something large enough to test them, to see they perform under pressure, etc. But what we do is we agree a project-based rate, which is often lower than what we would pay for a permanent member of staff. And we also say that providing they complete the work to the required standards, come through our recruitment process whilst they're doing the project-based work successfully, as in they've come through the recruitment process successfully, and that they are a good fit for the team, we will then take them on a permanent basis with an increased wage. So it's kind of reverse engineering, because usually the current process is once they come through successfully through the early stages of the recruitment process, the test tasks are not until the latter stages of recruitment. We're flipping it on the head. So we're testing them early, because we can onboard people pretty quickly in terms of giving them access and setting them up on the systems, etc., and processes, software, all that side of things. That can be done very quickly. That allows them to get stuck in to some work. Now, yes, we have to kind of be sensitive to risk and not give them too much access too soon, but we can certainly give them project-based work to test their capabilities. For example, creating a new website, we can give them a sub-account in our marketing software where we build our website from, and it means that they can't access or damage anything else, but they can build new stuff without causing any impact adversely on any other area of our kind of web-based presence. So that's just one example. There's obviously so many we can do. So yeah, so that's ultimately what we're going to launch. So I've got 2 people who would normally take weeks or months to recruit. In the space of less than a day, I've got start dates scheduled for them for Monday to start their project-based work. So and it will take a simple, normally I wouldn't get so operationally involved, but something I've learned as of late is, as a CEO or a owner, co-founder, founder of a company, it's one of the key responsibilities is to recruit world-class talent. And getting into recruitment processes and not just outsourcing it to HR is often a good use of your time. So I'm going to be a bit more involved in the recruitment side of things, because in the past it hasn't really worked out. We've got a really good process now, however it takes weeks or months to get the right people, so it's almost like we're doing ongoing and constant recruitment to keep unearthing those gems. And if we keep getting the right people who are the right people for the right roles, and we can upgrade our existing personnel, then absolutely we should do that, because we'll get a 10x output on a world-class team. So maybe not 10x, but even if you get 2 times X or 1.5 times X, it's still a massive return on the level of operation by personnel. So the learnings from my diary for today are MVP, simple, the path of least resistance, the simplest way you can get something operational and moving. It saves time, it drives efficiency, it enables you to test things out early rather than devoting too much time and effort into product or service development, only for you have to amend it later down the line. Test it as quickly as feasibly possible is often one of the best ways of driving efficiency, whether that's product, service, a system, a process, whatever that may be. MVP is often the way forwards. I hope that's useful. Any questions or comments, drop me a line, I'll respond to everyone. Do remember, if you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run vlogging on consecutive days the distance of a lap of the world, please do give this a subscribe, share, like, and comment. Any engagement reaches more people, raises more money, and ultimately saves more children's lives, which is every reason why I do this. Thank you so much for your support. Stay positive, stay happy. See you again tomorrow.